Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekar Kodash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and safety to the Hakim out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. All right. So, another quick lesson. Something I was actually watching a video last night, Apostle Ramlab did a while ago. I was just going over some stuff, and he had brought out this precept of Deuteronomy 28, and as we get closer and closer to the Lord coming back, man, things are going to get a lot harder. Even our captivity under these devils is going to get to an extreme condition. But these are part of the curses that will put upon us for disobeying, all right, disobedience, all right, idol worship, wanting to be like the other nations, wanting to do the things of the other nations. And the Lord put curses on our people, all right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, and it says I will start at 64 and read down. But at the end of the day, we have to endure, all things. Even being a slave to these devils without a chain around our neck. He's enslaved the mind. That's why our people, they walk around thinking, they're free, But at the end of the day, we have to endure it to the end. And it made me think of 2nd Ezra, the second chapter, when it speaks about the Yahweh Shai, which I'm going to bring that out, But, we're still under these curses until the very, very end. Even though we read about, I think that's Deuteronomy 30:7 or Jeremiah 30:7. I can't remember. Where the curses be on our enemies. All right, but we still have to endure these things until the Lord comes back. All things will be set aright when Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai makes their return, man. Yahweh Shai and the angels on the chariot, man. Okay, but it says Deuteronomy 28 and 64, and the Lord shall scatter thee. Who was scattered? The 12 tribes of Israel, man. We were never completely done away with, man. In order for us to be completely done away with, the Lord would have to have broken his own covenant he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. And we know that it's written that the Lord is not a liar, man. He's a man of his word. All right, his word is law, basically. Okay, but our people have been scattered throughout, these other nations. That's why, you'll see certain people that look like, Edomite, but then, their spirit really go back to being an Israelite, man. All right, you might see, some guy that looked like a Hamite. But he just moved, he just moved like an Israelite, man. Jake know. They got that swag, they got that salt, The Lord had scattered us amongst these other nations because of our disobedience, man. We angered the Lord because of our wickedness, man. It says, from one end of the earth into the other. Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Four corners, directionals, cardinal directions. Our people are scattered, man. That was part of, these curses, man, being scattered among these other nations. That's why Jake, in the world think, they African Americans. They think they, from the Congo, these other nations. But it says, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods. Yeah, you know, majority of our people are into Christianity, serving the white Jesus, you know, but you go back to the scriptures, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which that's his name, he's a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, man. All right, with white woolly hair. All right, he's not, you know, some skinny white guy with blonde, stringy, blue-eyed hair. You know, that image don't put no fear in nobody. That image does not fit the description that, you know, the descriptions that were given to us in the Word, man. All right, I just described the color of the Lord, you know, Revelation. All right, Revelation 1 verses 15 on down, where it speaks about the brass, like burnt brass. All right, there's another account in Daniel. All right, also too, when you look at that wimpy image of Cesare Borgia, all right, you don't see how did they describe the austere? You don't see the austere in that so-called image. All right, you don't hear, when you look at that picture, you don't see when it said that when the Lord spoke that, you know, basically it was as if, you know, I forget where it said. I think it's in the book of Matthew. All right, matter of fact, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I think it's Matthew 7. Something along when he spoke. Now Satan wanna mess with the phone. Okay, now here it goes. Verse 28. Matthew 7 and verse 28. And when it came to pass, when Yahweh Shai had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Right? But the point is having that authority, that man, that deep, you know, powerful speaking voice. You look at that wimpy ass Cesare Borgia, that Edomite, that devil. You don't get that from there. All right, that's all that faggoty. They're probably gonna. That's all that sweet, sensitive, you know, you know, spirit on it, man. You know, that's what you get from that. All right. All right. Back to Deuteronomy 28. It says, "And there shalt thou serve other gods." You know, Jake want to be Muslims. You know, in the Nation of Islam. You know, want to, you know, be tree lovers. You know, whatever else, you know, retarded ass religions is out there, man. All right. It says, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Because our people, you know, we worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. But here in this land of captivity under these devils, you know, they allow, you know, through their policy and their wine, anything to go. All right. But here's the point. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. All right. These devils, they come up with any type of manner or any type of law. All right. Anything to hinder, oppress. All right. They come up with any type of way to take away any type of joy, any type of anything, man, outside of this truth. All right, these bullshit laws. Okay, it says, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. Ain't no rest for us out here, man. That's why this is not our kingdom. Okay, ain't no rest for us, man. No, the true rest is gonna come with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, man. All right. See, can't even wave to these fucking heathens, man. Fucking. Anyways, it says, but the Lord Yahweh shall have thee. It says, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. All right, constantly, you know, having to look over our shoulder. All right, because there's no peace on this in this man's kingdom, man. The only peace and joy we really get out of here is through the words and the faith of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life. You know, because these devils, they have no sense of righteousness, man. All right, it's all evils and wickedness with these devils, man. All right, which leads, you know, to this precept here, 2nd Ezra, 2. You know, we hold on, man. Hold on tight. Have faith in the Lord. Keep doing what we're supposed to do, man. You know, putting all our faith and our trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, there's a possibility we could be one of these men. All right, 2nd Ezra 2 in verse 43. It says, and in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, which is the son of the Most High, which his name is Yahushai. He said, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, which was the elect, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off mortal clothing. All right. Dealt with it, man. Dealt with the hardness of this man's, rulership. All right. That, endured unto the end. Okay. That have fought the good fight. All right. It says, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, have, even in the midst of persecution, still held high and 10 toes down on the Lord, man. All right. It says, which also proves that the name of the Lord is important, which some of these Israelite camps don't teach. It says, now are they crowned and receive palms, and that's the ultimate goal of fighting, man. No matter what we got to go through, man, the pain, the fucking hell, the gossiping, the blasphemy of the, whatever, man, the false accusations, the slandering, we got to go, the elect is going to go through it, man. That's why we hope to be part of that Lord's number, man. It says, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. So we have to confess the names and tell our people, man, even in the midst of this evil rulership, man, with these fucking devils that's over us, man. Right? I just read it in Deuteronomy, which some of those curses are now and some of those curses are, different time periods, of course, but they're all still the same curses, man. All right. Even in the man sets up a kingdom where you have to look both ways before you walk out the front door. All right. It says, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And that's the point, man. It's to endure unto the end until we get these crowns, man. Pray every day, because we are in the valley of the shadow of death. All right, America, the worst place to live. And so we do have to pray and have faith and hope that the Lord be with us, man. All right. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord, thy power, thou hast seen. And that's what we're doing now. We're confessing to the world of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right, his prophecies, his promises, his judgments, his destructions, everything, man. We're trying to get the people to come back to the Lord before the judgment comes, man. All right, so hey, that was it, man. It was just something I was meditating about all night, and just thought I'd do a quick lesson on it. Stay prayed up, man. Pray for each other. Pray for the Lord. Pray for the apostles. Keep giving praises. Keep doing the righteous things that we're supposed to be doing. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and safety to the Akim out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.